Hello everybody, this is a Lamley showcase, one I have been very excited to do. I think you'll enjoy this showcase. Gonna get into some details, show a lot of stuff today. So sit back, grab a beverage, enjoy this one. This is combining two things that have been kind of an obsession, a collecting obsession of mine the last, year or so. If you guys know, for example, I have been somewhat obsessed with Matchbox 8-dot cars from the 80s and 90s. It's an era that I come from. It's also, I think the quality of these models are really good. The choices are really good. And there's a lot to collect for sure. The other side, new stuff that I've been collecting, is I've done a lot on the big rigs, right? We've seen First Gear, Mini GT, Tomica Limited Vintage, even Team Transport, the Freightliner Elite 6.4 from Hot Wheels. I have really just been into the big rigs. You're going to see more and more videos from me on 164 rigs, and this one combines those two worlds. We are going to talk Matchbox convoys, but more specifically the Team Convoy race car transporter. This has been a new obsession, and I have been having a blast pursuing different ones. We're going to walk through the 10 that I've acquired in the last few months and go ahead and do it. But of course, you're looking at a Hot Wheels right now, and the reason I am showing the Hot Wheels, this is one of my favorite Team Transport sets, the Honda Accord Castrol set, is because I do believe that Team Transport has been a fantastic line. Hot Wheels has leaned very nicely into Team Transport and done some really, really cool cars. Especially these racing themed sets are pretty fantastic. This one in particular is just spot on with the Castrol Accord. But before all of this, there were these. It has been just eye-opening to see the insanity of how cool these sets are. These are Matchbox Convoy sets, Team Convoy, sometimes a race car transporter, there's Formula One, there's Indy 500, there's all kinds of racing themes. Matchbox Convoys, I know a lot of you are familiar with convoys. The Matchbox Convoys have been around a long time, and they've been pretty fantastic. I have a few here that I'll roll in just so you can see what the convoys. This is a NASA-themed convoy. This is with a Kenworth cab. I got that Kenworth cab with this plane, this Darts plane set, which I think is fabulous. I think there's another Kenworth. This is a cab over engine design. I think they've got other designs for their rigs. I don't have any of those, but I have these two right here. I also have this Scania European model, of course, themed Ferrari. This is obviously very relevant right now with Hot Wheels getting Ferrari, and my assumption is we're going to see some of these themed here in the coming months or years, Team Transport themed Ferraris. But as you can see in the background, Matchbox has already been there, and these, while they are vintage or nostalgic or retro or however you want to call it, you're gonna like these. All right, so we're gonna roll out these convoys. We're gonna get these out of the way. We'll do a Matchbox convoy showcase one of these days. There's some Matchbox collectors that I could see at the gathering that I would love to kind of talk convoy. The main theme here that I want to talk about is the actual truck. All of these have the same truck design. I actually brought out one. I actually have the set here, but this is what the set looks like, or this is what the truck looks like. Now you'll see in some of these that there is some differences in the bed in this plastic piece. But this is, I think it's saying right here, right there. This is the Kenworth cab over racing transporter. And this harkens to a time when I think licensing was a little easier to come by, or you didn't have to worry about it at all. And you could take these racing liveries off of these, like in this case, this is an Indy car, and you could create these absolutely stunning sets. I think with Formula One now in the Hot Wheels world, we're going to see things like this themed, and I'll definitely revisit these if we do see some Formula One Team Transport. But let's get to it. All right, let's start. And like I said, I have bought these over the last few weeks and months, mainly from eBay, other places as well. Indy 500. I can let you go through all of this stuff. These are some of the other sets. They've done some gift sets, race car transporters. I don't know if I think I have all of them, but I think I have a couple of those there. And then there's some haulers there. Some, I guess they're transporters as well. But we have the haulers and then the transporters. Indy 500 theme, you can see there's the pricing. Team Transport's a little more expensive now, but you can see, I mean, here we go. Well, let's just open these up. You can see unpunched. I want to keep these packages fairly, and I don't know what I'll be encountering because some of these I haven't opened, but I want to keep these packages fairly intact. So what I will try and do is open these. This is kind of end of the day too, so if I run out of light, we'll just continue this later. Okay, this one's strapped in. So this one might be, this is Mackenzie. Yeah, it is strapped in. So we're gonna open some, we're not gonna open others. I might eventually, but this one is, I may have been the first one to ever open this set. And I really don't wanna hurt these. So I think we might keep this one as is, at least for now. Maybe I'll open it later. But this is the Mackenzie Industrial Group of Funds. Indy 500, obviously, that is the sponsor. I'll put the model on the turntable. This is the, and we see different cars with these sets. This is the, it just says, it doesn't say anything, but obviously I would assume this is just called the Indy car. With Mackenzie livery, Goodyear tires. Number 15, I see Die Hard, that's the battery. Other sponsors, Mackenzie, of course. Is that the, I mean, is that the Mackenzie, the consulting firm? Maybe it was. I don't know my NASCAR history very well. But you can see, obviously, that in the way this was almost like Team Transport, they have this little plastic piece here that just inserts, and the model, obviously, for display goes right here, just kind of sits. But when you actually have the car out, you can put the car. And it does, I guess because it's a little wide, they had to do it a certain way, but the car fits kind of like that. We'll get it on the turntable and make it work because it looks very, very cool. But I'm going to put this one back together. All right, all put back together. Pretty secure too. This is what you get when you do unboxings. I didn't notice the tie there. You know, there's a tie on a few of these. So let's just see how this goes, right? But there we go. That's the Mackenzie set. We'll put it over here to the side for now. Actually, I'll just put it back here. And I guess if we're doing this, I think, yeah, all of these are tied in. These are truly like untouched sets, which is kind of cool. I'm going to have to I think I'm going to be really careful with these because I do in this case want to keep the packaging. This is obviously the Pennzoil set. Instead of, okay, I'll just show you the set right now, I think, and we'll save some time. And then I will open these and put them on the turntable. I will show you, there's Toys R Us, $4.99 for this one. Let's see what the year is. I didn't really look. 1990. So 1990 for this set. I think this guy's got to be similar. Different packaging though, right? 1992 for that set. So 1992 for the Mackenzie set. And then 1990 for this Pennzoil set. I'll go ahead and, like I said, I'll open these up later and I'll put it on the turntable so that's what you're looking at right now. So you get a sense of the Kenworth hauler. You get a sense of the Pennzoil race car. And is it similar? Yeah, it's the same design. So this one just has the Pennzoil Racing on it. Goodyear tires as well, which looks nice. So there is that set. I could have done just, I guess, an Indy 500 video, but no, we want to get through all of these. Next one, same thing, we'll put on the turntable, but this one has a little bit of a, let's see, would this be a 1990 as well? Dwayne Toyland, where's that? No idea. No idea. I can't remember where I bought this from, and who knows if it even came from there. This one probably has the 1990 as well. Where did I see that? There it is, 1990 as well. Amazing Indy Facts. There's this set. Pretty detailed. You can see, I mean, I wonder if some of these transporters I see and I'm like, I want that. Car is different on this one too. Should we open that up and at least take a look at the car? Yeah, not strapped in. Ooh, this one is much lighter. Plastic chassis on this one, metal on the other one. So, you know, the difference in this car versus the other one, I have no idea. We'll have to look at it. But this one is cool. But this one does get the 8-dot. So I do have an 8-dot car. That's kind of cool. And then this massive racing wheel in the back. Pretty light car, but kind of cool. Get that back in here. And we'll get this one pushed back in. See, last one from the Indy set is the Panasonic set. So I have two here. When I ordered one, this one came with another set. So we can actually look at this one. So here's the packaging. I bet this is 1992, right? Same thing. There's the same sets that it's showing. So they were doing this for a while. I have no idea how long. It seems that this hauler lasted for a long, long time. We'll get into it with these other sets, but obviously I have this one here, which I'll put on the turntable. This one has a few, that's one thing about these two. There's some paint chips on all these. Maybe not those that are strapped in, but that is totally okay. When you're talking about Matchbox from this era, you're just gonna get some paint chips. It's just part of the deal. Now here's the thought. I would love to see Hot Wheels take this and do it for Team Transport. Do the Kenworth. It would be absolutely perfect, and do it exactly like this. Pay homage to Matchbox. They were doing this, and they were doing this so well way back when, and Team Transport's great, but let's get this Kenworth hauler and find some cars to put on it, especially if you have some Formula One. In fact, let's talk about, well, no, let's go to some of these racing sets here, because we'll do Formula One last. But you can see where this would just be so easy for Hot Wheels to do. These are two of the sets that I've been really pursuing. I got this this is the first one I got. I have that Fuji Color Z for a while, and then I think it was Champion DJK found this set on like Facebook Marketplace or something. I was mesmerized by it. I went to eBay and started looking, couldn't find it, finally popped up and I bought it instantly. And I've had this set, and I've done some features a little bit on it, but nothing too extensive until now. So let's actually open this one up. And I know this one I can pull out. And some of these sets, obviously you got some of the IndyCar sets and the Formula One sets was just one race car and one hauler, but they had these other Team Convoy sets that not only had like a race car, a racing hauler, but they had like the team car as well, some sort of support vehicle. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this one out. So they had the Supervan, Ford Supervan, which is fabulous. I think this is the Supervan 2, yeah. Ford Supervan 2 in Fuji Racing, Fuji Color Racing livery, which is fabulous. Casting itself is just super great on its own, and I just love this Fuji livery. And then, obviously on top of that, you have this set. Now you have a different, with this one you even have, look, the old rubber band in there too. Looks like a spider leg. Take a look at the transporter here too. It's different. You now have this little lip here as opposed to this little set here. This is almost like somehow was installed in there. So the car now, in this case the Z, you actually use those two little lips, or those two little, to actually place the car right on top, and they do hold really well. So this blue packaging is from, let's see what year it does say, I don't know if it does, 1987 for this set. But you've got obviously JDM. Again, you got this really cool potential for a set here, for like a JDM set that Team Transport could do, but you know, whatever. I'm not telling Team Transport to do it because we've already got it. But then we get this Tizer Racing set, bar the appetizer, Tizer Racing Team, same thing, R&J Toys, no idea where that is, but it's the exact same. We got the same support vehicle, flavored soft drink. I don't even know what Tizer is. I mean, I assume it's a soft drink. Older packaging. 1987 as well. We'll go ahead and just kind of roll this one out. Some of these sets are very expensive. The Fuji set, I think I paid close to $100 for it. Worth it for what I want to do. So we'll take a look at the support van first. Tizer soft drinks. The appetizer, I don't know, is that supposed to be like it's a, I don't know, someone might know what Tizer is. I assume it's a soda. Maybe it wasn't in the US, maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. So this is fabulous, looking, you know, next to the, put it here next to the support team. And then of course you have this Tizer set. So we'll take the car off. Bar soft drinks, Tizer. No idea, but I bet I could look this up and find something. Actually, I did look it up, and I found mostly this set on Google. But I have to assume there was something. We've seen some sets like with like other sodas, like Sunkist and stuff. This is rad to have too. So you've got JDM, and then here you get this more like rally Ford Sierra XR4. All right, move this off to the side. These are special. Truly, truly special. Okay, even older. Team Matchbox 12 something at Harold's Place. This 7-Up set. You got rubber bands everywhere. 1984. 41 years ago. I wonder if it has been opened or not. Well, we're going to find out. Great thing about this packaging is you can open it and close it. It's so funny. This little setup of mine is full of rubber bands. The yellowing plastic. Let me get this out. Oh my goodness. There's just flakes of rubber band everywhere. All right, check this out. So now we have, like, I assume 2 race cars. Look at this thing. Is this a Holden? 7-Up Racing, Rough Trek. So is this unlicensed? Or is that, it looks like a, does it look like a, either a Holden or an El Camino? Rough Trek, 1977 casting. The Matchbox historians are gonna have to tell me with this one, but look at that. Look at the cool spare tire. Obviously this rally style. This is fabulous. And then you have what I would assume is kind of NASCAR-ish. Look at the fat tires on that thing. What car is this? Chevy Pro Stalker. Lemon and Lime Naturals Flavors 7-Up Company. Echo, what does that say? Maybe I'll say it on the other side. I can read it better. Echo Travail Temporaire? Who knows where this set was released? Maybe here in the US, maybe not. This is starting to look like a parking lot, you know, outside of a racetrack, right? Except for all the pieces of rubber bands. All right, let's keep going. One more set from this nostalgic set. Same kind of setup. I'm assuming 1984 with this packaging as well. Yep, same thing. Duckham's QXR. Team Matchbox with the hauler. But this one also has the super van. So I'm assuming this is British. Again, more rubber bands. Let's just go ahead. I'll show you the car first. Duckham's engine oils. Look at the super van. Look at this collection of super vans. I have a couple of super vans, I think, in the 8-dot collection. Obviously, these join that, but I might keep them in this package. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just so excited to have these. And this is the first time they're coming out of the package, with the exception being the Fuji color set. All of these, this is the first time. QXR, I'm not sure what that is. Pirelli is branded. Duckham's, don't know what that is. That could be a store. Ford Sierra XR4 as well. So we have the Tizer XR4. We have this one, the Duckham's in blue. Obviously, 8-dot car as well. It's so perfect. So 2 British racing. You've got JDM Racing. Tizer, I have no idea. Maybe with the super van, it's British. Maybe it's a British soda of some sort. But yeah, this set looks so good too. Kenworth Hauler. I just love it. And as I've talked about a lot, for me, the fun of collecting, it's really nice to have some really cool individual cars, but the fun of collecting really starts becoming like creating these families, like these whole collections. Okay, so we had the Indy 500 sets that I wasn't prepared to open, but you've seen them on the turntable. We have the, I mean, you could say what, rally, JDM, just racing in general, right? And they can go in different themes, but there is kind of, you've got a stock car, you've got 2 rally cars, you've got kind of an off-road, you've got these support vehicles, and then you definitely have this like JDM, which might fit, the Fuji color probably fits in with all of these as well. Just a JDM race car used probably in the same theme. This is just, it's so fun to nerd out with this stuff. I mean, look at that. That's so fun. All right, 2 more. 2 more sets. We could put the Panasonic set here. I'm just going to put that right over, just kind of out of the set. I'll put it right here. No, I got to make some space here. 2 Formula One sets. This is one of 3. And I you know, again, I could go to the Matchbox specialists, and maybe there are others, maybe there's rare variations, maybe there's prototypes, but what I've gathered is that we're 3 sets, and I don't think these are it. I've never seen this Sauber set. This car has been done in a gift set, and I might try and get my hands on it. Is that it? Yeah. The Williams, we're looking at a Williams set right now. I think this is there, yeah. So this is Formula One. This is very relevant, obviously, right now with Hot Wheels getting this license. But here is the Williams Racing with Cannon livery, and this thing is fabulous. Year on this, I think we're talking 90s here, 1993. I don't know if these were released in the U.S. or just in Europe. I don't know what kind of F1 presence they had back in those days in the U.S. Even though I was around, I definitely wasn't following F1, which I don't think anyone's surprised by that. Let's pull this out. Got that little insert piece. I'll put it over here and we'll get the truck out. Same setup as these rally racing sets. We've got these little notches here for the car to sit on, so we'll just start there. I guess it goes backwards. Yeah, I guess it would have to. I guess the idea is that the car is being hauled backwards, and maybe that's how it goes, right? Maybe that's how these Indy cars were hauled back in the day. A friend of mine, 64 Wheels Sam, who writes for the Lamley blog, had found some pictures of some haulers. We were talking about these sets and found some pictures of some old vintage haulers, the real stuff. And it's pretty fabulous to see how some of these cars, which would be so valuable now, are basically thrown on the back of like pickups or VWs. It's kind of crazy. Let's talk about the car. These are actually, I mean, this could be put out right now and I think people would go crazy just looking at, I mean, look at the colors, look at the liveries. I mean, obviously there's a little bit of vintage element to it. It's an older car. It's, you know, it's approaching what, 30 plus years, but it does look good in this Cannon livery. Elf, Renault, Goodyear. I mean, there's a lot going on here like most race cars do, and it looks so good. The spoiler's fabulous. I mean, the car on its own is awesome, and I might go buy some of these vintage Formula One sets and do features on those, especially as we get more Formula One cars from Hot Wheels. So we're gonna haul this one. I'm gonna put it right here, and let's get to the big one. There were two sets that were must-haves for me. This Fuji set, which I got once Champion DJK showed it, and then as soon as I learned, I have been looking for this Ferrari set. And I've seen some beat up ones that went for hefty prices. Then someone pointed out there was one for sale, I think in Germany. Used my friend Dirk at MOY shop, the Model of Yesteryear shop, to get it, have it shipped to him. He shipped it to me with a couple of things. And I have wanted, especially with Ferrari coming back to Hot Wheels and Formula One, I've wanted this set more than any of them. So let's get to it. Formula One Ferrari set. Goes without saying, if I had to just limit it down to one set, this is the one I want. I have it. I'm super stoked to have it. Let's go ahead and open it up. There's the car. There's the insert. Here's the hauler. We'll start with the Ferrari. I didn't even look at the bottom. So this does say Formula One. So it's just that, I think like the Hot Wheels Formula One car, it's just a Formula One casting, right? So I think it's the same. It is the same as the Williams Racing one. Obviously in red, you've got Goodyear. This one, yeah, I think same thing. Well, no, this one, what's funny, look. This is different. This has a different setup, which I think will allow... I guess you would have to haul it like that. And I think that probably works. It's going to sit. Yeah. There we go. It hauls. Here, I'll put it down here. It works. It works. All right. But let's look at this hauler. How cool is this just on its own? Kenworth Ferrari hauler. It's got the Ferrari livery on it. Who knows if they could get this done? I don't know if Hot Wheels could do a Kenworth and put Ferrari livery on it. Licensing gets so weird now. It kind of sucks, but it does. But having the Ferrari badge on the door and the Ferrari logo on the side is just so cool. How about that? We can take these super vans, move them over a little bit. The 7-Up, the Fuji, the QXR, the Tizer. And look at that set of race car haulers. I mean, come on, how cool are these? Now, I've been giving that poor Panasonic no love, so let's put that here. Check that out. I know I didn't open those other ones. We'll get to that. But how cool are these sets? 7-Up, Ferrari, Williams, Tizer, Panasonic, QXR, and Fuji. I mean, those are legit, right? Those are legit. Oh, and I can even add to the Ferrari fleet the other hauler. That's a cool racing setup. You guys tell me what you think. Love doing this. Love showing the rigs. Love showing the vintage rigs. Love showing what Matchbox was leaning into back in the day. I think these are fabulous. I would love to see this return in some shape or form. You guys tell me what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks, everybody. Bye.